James and I, we met in high school. We ended up getting married after following our individual career paths, and 5 years into our marriage, we got pregnant with Jackson. Shortly after that, we thought about expanding our family and giving Jackson a sibling.
We had talked about adoption, and then all through our marriage, it was always a topic of conversation. We kind of knew that our next kid was going to be adopted.
We knew we could have biological children, but we wanted to give a child who didn't have a family that chance. That's where we start on our journey to Juliet. We saw Juliet's face on a photo listing.
We found a picture of her and were just smitten, and we knew that was our daughter.
And then we found out more about her, and we found out that she had a congenital heart defect. When she came home, she was in surgery within 2 weeks.
She had a very large ASD, which is an atrial septal defect, and a VSD. And the VSD was very big for how big her heart is. It was like the size of a quarter. I thought, I'm putting a 2.5-year-old through open heart surgery. It's a big deal, and we might lose her. But I knew that if I didn't, I would have somebody for the rest of my life that I could love. Like, thinking about it right now, I'm getting emotional. Sorry. Like, she's my girl. We were really, really lucky. She had surgery on a Tuesday. She was extubated on a Wednesday. On Thursday, she was up walking around playing with a service dog that came to visit her, and Friday she came home. So she was in the hospital 4 days after open heart surgery. She's such a blessing to us, and like, I've always wanted a daughter, and I've got a daddy's girl, so I feel I'm the one getting the most out of all of this. Life was great. There was myself, my wife, and my 2 kids, family of 4. We had 2 dogs. We had been talking about possibly adopting again. She came across this picture of Jade.
I ended up sending her file to James. He was at work, and said, "What do you think?" And the next morning he called me back and said, "Well, what are we going to name her?" We went to pick her up. The orphanage director said to me, "There's no hope for her here."
She has tetralogy of Fallot with pulmonary atresia and MAPCAS. Her lungs couldn't get oxygen to her blood. Had we not adopted her and brought her home, I don't think she could have lived much longer in her condition.
She was just an astonishment to everyone.
I don't know the big bad yellow. I don't know I have pussy hot. And mommy and daddy had to put me up. Because I'm a little baby.
You know, this child who had no hope, and look at her now. And, you know, I don't think there's any greater hope than looking at Jade, you know, run and play and, you know, just be a little girl.
I said no hope. And daddy, mommy always helped me.
We decided that we thought we could expand our family to 1 more, and we felt like that, you know, we could do this by adoption again. Jet was initially listed with a congenital heart defect and a severe form of anemia. So we expedited his adoption as well and brought him home. It turns out that his heart is structurally normal, and he has more of a secondary form of heart disease. So we're not looking at any immediate surgeries for him, but we're following closely with cardiology and his hematology and oncology team to make sure that his heart remains healthy throughout his treatments and that we get his heart size down.
Right now, life is crazy, but I think we like life crazy. The last time that everything was calmed down, we decided to adopt another kid. So hey, if things get calm, maybe we will adopt again. Maybe we'll have another one. Who knows? I can't tell you. But right now, everything's crazy, and that's how we like it.
People ask me all the time, "We don't know how you do it. How do you do that? How do you manage?" You just do it. You just do what you have to do for your children.
When I see people that donate to the American Heart Association, it's an awesome cause. We need the research, we need the technology, we need people that can give in any way that they can to help overcome these heart diseases. If it wasn't for them, my daughter wouldn't be here.
A heartbeat. It shows a frame of the broken heart that we had.
We're extremely grateful for the American Heart Association. You know, they are really the reason why we were able to bring kids who were considered terminal and had no hope to this country to have hope and have a lifetime of hope.